Welcome to my I don't know what the fuck edition this is with Evolve with James. And today I have Dylan. You can
No.
say no, just hi.
What?
Nothing.
Oh,
Okay.
Strength Squatch Instagram handle.
The Strength Watch Instagram handle. I met him in Syracuse years ago, and then he moved by me to do
Just powerline work.
some power work.
Yeah, I get moved all over the place, but I just happened to draw the short straw working down near this shitty city.
Well, you got to train with us.
Well, yeah, I got to do that, but I'm not a big fan of the city.
No, we're not that close to the city. You know what I mean? We're just outside of it. It's close, but I don't know. It's got its ups and downs, same as Syracuse.
Yeah, but working in the city, I work.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking sucks. Forget that. I would never want to fucking drive in there. It's a fucking disaster.
They want me to drive a big ring into the Bronx tomorrow. I'm like,
What?
yeah,
Run people over.
that's what's gonna happen.
Fuck it. I remember I drove a truck for this company right in the beginning of Black Lives Matter, when they were burning down buildings and attacking people.
Yeah.
And my route was I had this huge truck and I was in Rochester. And they were like, Jim, you're not going anymore. And I was like, why? They're like, 'cause that's when all the truck drivers were getting pulled out of their truck and stuff. And I was like, they're like, you're not going to stop. You're going to run people over. And I'm like, why the fuck you mean? Why would I not run people over?
That's what needs to happen.
Yeah, I'm not going to fucking let people take me out of a truck and beat my ass.
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking run them over. Everyone that's in the fucking road. Why are people allowed to just stand in the road and destroy things?
It was wild. I remember watching a video and some woman came out because they were jacking up the storefront, and then her boyfriend came out and they started beating his ass with a 2x4. And I'm like, that's what the Second Amendment's for.
Well, my mother was working at, I think she still does part-time at Target in Fairmount, and they had called because they had the Antifa and Black Lives Matter. Remember they were attacking Targets.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they planned on going to the Fairmount Target.
Oh shit!
So she called me freaking out. They were trying to get everyone out because there was busloads of people at the end of the parking lot, Fairmount Plaza there at the end. And she's freaking out. Everyone has to park far away, so they have to walk. So
Yeah.
everyone, there's security there trying to get them out. She calls me. So it's me and I don't know if you know Mark. He's got a martial arts place. But then a bunch of us, this guy Doug, and a bunch of us went down there
Yeah.
with rifles.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
stood at the front, and we kind of walked people. And these cops pulled up, and they're like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "I think." And they're like,
so.
and they're the old Camille's cops. They were like, all right, if anything happens, call us. And they just left. They were, and you could see it was weird. The people outside, they were cheering this and that, all these Black Antifa, man,
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter fucking fucks. And you could see as the cops left, it was they weren't so brave anymore. You could see there was their fucking balloon got popped.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, maybe I can't do this today. It's we're gonna shoot you.
Yeah,
There's no
100%.
fucking way. And I'm just at that, I'm just why does everyone else not do this? Stand up for their own town.
What's the thing is
There wasn't a lot. There was 6 of us.
It's that
And there was busloads of people, but we were willing to shoot everyone.
Oh yeah.
So,
That's
wow.
City mob mentality. That's crazy.
But it only takes a handful of people
Oh,
to scare
yeah.
people with weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, because those guys are they're fucking cowards.
Oh yeah.
They attack
absolutely are.
women, older people, kids, destroy things when nobody's in there.
Well, that's did you hear about the SU basketball coach's wife got held at gunpoint in Destiny Mall parking
Really?
lot by a 12-year-old
Oh, okay.
he had an airsoft gun. I told everybody, I'm like, not for nothing, but if it had been somebody that would have recognized that it was an airsoft gun, that kid either would have gotten his ass beat or shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's it's a lot of it is because these inner city kids, their fucking dad's not around, their parents aren't around, they're just they're
Well, not held accountable also.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they get arrested, they get out the next day.
Yeah,
There's no real repercussions for that. They go in jail and they see their friends and they hang out.
Yeah. That's New York State's a joke in that aspect.
They should take them and put them in a different state.
Oh yeah.
Everyone under 18.
Huh?
Move them somewhere else. Move them to somewhere in California or somewhere where they know nobody.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be fucking hanging out.
Mix them up.
Yeah. They're going to have to deal with real Latin kings and shit out there.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
luck. These
Yeah.
wannabe punks in fucking Syracuse,
Yeah.
They have no idea. Which is funny. It's around here, kids in the head back. Yorktown, they're just
Oh yeah.
how they talk. They don't know. It's it's funny how they're close to New York City.
Yeah.
but it's not even like just any of us living on the cusp of Syracuse. Really, within 15 minutes of Syracuse, you're in there. So
Yeah.
like you grew up, you know what the real world is. These guys, they're like 35 minutes from a huge city, which is tons of crime, one of the biggest cities of crime, and they have no idea.
Oh yeah.
Which is, you know what I mean? Like we were kind of involved in everything we had to do. We had to go into the city to do
Yeah.
the mall, anything.
That's like I grew up in a rural town of like 900 people. And
Where?
Andover, New York.
The fuck is that?
You know
Is
where
that by
Alfred?
Onion Town?
Is that where You know where Alfred's at?
No.
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 Alfred's a big
Alfred
deal.
State?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like right over the hill from there. I grew up in a bunch of farm. We were a bunch of hippies.
Is that why they got the school cheap?
Probably, yeah. That's just some farm field. Just throw down some rocks and.
Did you guys have a farm?
I didn't. I came from my great grandfather had a farm, and then my grandfather owned acreage next to him, and then my dad bought a house across the street and down the street, and it was just.
So it was just like.
It was awesome.
So is there a possibility that your whole family's related to the neighborhood?
Dude,
Is it that type of?
There's. I'm white, but I'm not that white. There's a lot of my family that does live in that town. It's
Really?
fucking crazy.
Because I see, like, I remember I would drive through. Me and Giacomo would just do road trips. We would just get lost.
Yeah.
And with some really fucking small towns where I would even go get gas, and they were, you know, like it's all like, and you're like, oh, it's all white people in the country. No, they didn't like us.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what race we were. Like that, we were like we weren't from the town.
Oh, you were an
They
outsider.
did not fucking want us there at all. They were very uncomfortable. Like just trying to get gas, or like the pump doesn't work. I'm like, well, no, I says I have to pay cash inside. Like, you know, you guys know. I'm thinking you guys fucking know this, right? And they wouldn't let me pump gas.
That's fucking crazy.
So I had to go further. You know, almost ran out of gas to find a mobile. You know, but it was I can't remember what it was, but it was a bunch of Amish around. So we were in this Amish area.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of.
It was on the way to Howe Caverns. Actually, I think it was on the way back from Howe Caverns from Syracuse.
Oh, okay, you were down.
So
in that
whatever,
area.
yeah, it was a weird little towns in there.
Yeah. I drive.
Nothing exists.
I drive through there on the way back to Syracuse from here. I
Okay.
drive like through Schoharie and up.
How do you do that? I do like 87.
Yeah, I
Sick.
mean, there's a lot of guys that they'll run 87 and then get on the 90, but I like the back roads. I don't like being anywhere in like towns and shit like that.
Well, there's a really town. Except Binghamton, you gotta drive through.
Well, I drive north, so I drive.
Oh, okay, so you go up by Albany and then.
Yeah.
I've done that too. Wait a minute. So it's all country back road.
Oh yeah.
Me and Giacomo did that one time. Isn't there like a university around by there if you go that way?
There's like Cobleskill and down that way.
Maybe it's that. Where you have to, in order to get around it, there's like a giant, you know, like turnaround. You have to go around this whole circle to get there.
Yeah.
Is it Colgate? Is Colgate even over here?
Cobleskill. There's a couple.
It's a big
colleges.
school, but then we were on the way, and there was this
I know New Paltz is over that way.
this like black chick doing a dance video in the middle of this fucking. I'm serious.
In the middle of
She
the
was good
roundabout?
looking, yeah. She's like got a guitar, and she's got like a bikini on, and it was wild. It was in the summer, and there's like all these professional like cameras around, but it's all these cars just driving around. They're like right in the middle of the turnaround, you know, and all these cars are probably in the background of the video.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it was like all this band stuff, and she was loud. She sounded good, but it was we're like, what the fuck is going? Everyone's going in circles, and they're missing the exit
Yeah.
just to go around and see it again, you know, because we were like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. You can get a free show up in Syracuse. You drive down a couple of the roads up there. There's one guy that hangs out and he plays guitar and shit on the corner. I mean, he's a good guitar player too.
There was a black guy that used to play saxophone. Is he still out there?
I don't know if I've seen him.
He'd be down by the pizza shop a lot, and he kind of like hung out there. And there was a woman that did I think she did like a violin. There was a lot of weird people that hung out. Armory Square is probably nowhere near like it used to be after coronavirus, but there was some people went there and, you know, played music and did stupid shit and made money off it.
Yeah. Well, more power to him. I mean, if you can make money just doing pretty much
From
anything.
drunk college kids paying you
Well, I mean,
at night.
there's women that sell snapshots of their cooter.
Yeah,
OnlyFans, so.
that's or Pornhub.
Pornhub, yeah. Cornhub.
Brooke, I'm wondering if Brooke Diesel was going to see this.
Oh boy. Hey, free advertising, man. Free advertising.
So this morning you decided to go jump in the lake with Chris?
Yeah. Joined Chris. Did a cold plunge this morning. Got snowed
It was
out.
the worst day to do it.
Oh, it was a cold, motherfucker.
How did it feel?
My hands and feet couldn't feel them. Other than that, I mean, once you get out of the water, your body is just like going into overdrive to heat yourself up. So like, I started getting like my skin started getting hot.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I've never went anything that cold.
I had him watch.
Summer.
He was supposed to go up to Lake George that one weekend where it got wicked cold here.
Do like it's a polar plunge.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of people that do it, but yeah, he was supposed to go up and do that, and I guess it ended up getting canceled or something.
But they do like one a year.
Yeah.
Chris has done it like every day for like a couple of weeks now.
Cold therapy's good.
It's crazy.
I need it. Problem is the showers that I take, they don't get fucking cold enough.
No, nothing gets as cold as that.
No.
You got like ice on top of the water and shit. Fuck that. Oh my god.
I love it. I love it. It's all about, testing yourself and bettering yourself and everything like that. Like that's the problem.
We're capable of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Either. I grew up I used to I wanted to test like how fast I could run at top speed.
Yeah.
I would be able to go the farthest it was at 43 minutes. And it took me almost a year to do that. I was like 12 or 13, but I was super fast. I beat everyone in the high school. I was so fast. And then I used to like have them to learn how to like fight against multiple attackers. I had my brother and these guys hit me with pool sticks.
Oh shit.
And there was like, yeah, I'm serious. And they'd all hit me, and I had to learn to block and push them away and stuff. Yeah, I got, you just get like a tough skin from that, and we would just fight all the time. It was like when the cops would come because someone would get hurt, and they were like, I don't think the WBF, whatever, boxing, they like didn't sanction this because we were just in my garage bare knuckle fighting. It wasn't like Fight Club. It was just us learning how to like fight and take punches. Yeah. And there was I wanted to do it, and I would get people to do it. Like I get people to the gym to do stupid shit.
Yeah.
I get people to join me to do dumb shit. I'm like, oh, let's try this out, and people would do it.
Well, that's like the one video that you and I took, trying to lift that dumbbell. It was like 245 pounds, one-handed.
I'll try anything fucking once.
Amongst good company.
But yeah.
That's the problem with society is everybody's so fucking soft nowadays and
fucking scared.
Oh man.
What's funny is they love to read it up and repost this shit online.
Mm-hmm.
And they like to watch it, but they'll never do it.
Oh yeah.
They never leave the comfort of their fucking couch to go do it themselves.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of the thing is people will see something, they'll pay it lip service. Oh, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do this. Just shut the fuck up and go do it.
Yeah.
Like, I was on vacation a couple of years ago, and a guy that we were on vacation with, he walks in the house with his bags and shit, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go skydiving. Does anybody want to go this week?" I'm like, "Dude, fuck yeah!" I'm like, "Absolutely." And I'm not gonna bullshit. Like there were like the days leading up, like
you kind of think of every excuse to get out of it.
No, it's like 4 or 5 days out. I was like, "Dude, this is gonna be fucking sick. This is gonna be badass." Like day 3 before, day 2 before, and then the day before, I was like,
how can I get out of this?
Dude, I think I fucked up. I'm like, I was a little scared. I'm not gonna
like, what if the parachute didn't work?
Well, then it's just not my problem anymore. I mean,
it honestly isn't. Who has to scrape you off the ground?
Yeah.
Problem.
My wife.
It's your wife's problem.
My wife and kid are gonna watch me just fucking hammer.
They were there?
Oh yeah, they watched.
She was okay with it?
She was
Did she take a big life insurance policy out on you right before?
She probably didn't tell me. But
she's like, honey, do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Do it a couple more times.
Fuck it. I think there's a package deal if you do it 5 times. If you do it once without a parachute, you get it for free.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is we jumped tandem, and she was looking up all the stats and stuff. She's this kind of person she gets real worried about shit.
I think there's statistics are hot. More things happen with tandem, right?
No. So actually, like,
that's weird.
Tandem.
How do you balance that? Two people.
You're less likely to have anything happen tandem than you are single. I don't know. It must be the weight ratio or something like that. But
you fall faster.
I guess if you get more velocity, it opens the chute up quicker. But yeah, you're more likely to get struck by lightning or win the lottery.
Same day.
Yeah. But no, I.
Well, there's lots of things. What's the statistics on getting bit by a shark?
Yeah, right. Well,
like I was next to a kid that watched him get his leg almost ripped off.
Yeah. Well, if you're in the fucking ocean every day, that's
Oh,
probably.
it was one day. We were down there for like Myrtle Beach for spring break. I think I was 15. So it's like, do you know anyone that's been bit by a shark?
Yeah.
No, exactly. Like, so I don't know anyone that fell off a fucking plane and got killed either.
You should buy a fucking lottery ticket if you're bit by a shark.
Yeah.
But yeah, the day of, I mean, I was up and down with it. I was like, this is gonna be awesome. Then I was freaking out. This is gonna be awesome. So we get there, and my kid, my youngest, and my wife were there, and the guy comes down. He jumped out of the plane with somebody else. The dude did like fucking 7 or 8 jumps a day. It was crazy.
Jesus.
So he had another person that was tandem, and it was like this woman. She was like 75. It was like her 75th birthday.
What?
I'm like, listen, if she can do it,
yeah, right, yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I'm not.
But then again, she's close to death.
Yeah, I mean,
at 75.
She's like,
you didn't look at it like that, did you? She might have had cancer and she had fucking 6 months to live. You never thought of that shit, did you?
No.
Okay.
And
so that changes everything.
I got in the plane, and everybody sees videos of people jumping out of fucking planes and shit. And it's like, there's real nice planes. There's 4 or 5 people on there. No, it's this little fucking tin can that's got wings on it, and I'm sitting there, and it's got a clear roll-up door.
The whole thing's shaking as you're in it.
Oh yeah, and it has a sign in the plane that says you're about to jump out of a perfectly good airplane, and I'm like, oh.
You're like, no, it's not. There's no way it's not. But then again, you have a parachute, so you're gonna survive, and the pilot's probably not. Who gives a fuck?
But it was badass because we're in the Outer Banks, so when I'm up there, you can see fucking the ocean and the beach and everything. It was
Where'd
awesome.
you land on?
We landed in the field next to where we took off.
Oh, okay. So I wouldn't want to land in the ocean. Imagine you don't die, but you land in the ocean and get eaten by a shark.
That sucked.
Or like a fucking giant like whale is getting ready to bite a bunch of chum, and you're like falling right into his mouth. Can you imagine that?
Pinocchio.
He's like this. You ever see those videos of the people that are like out there fishing?
They're fishing in
and
a
the
fucking
giant
kayak.
Yeah, and it's like next to them, and it's like swallowing shit, and you see the boat like pulling in. You know what I mean? Can you imagine like falling down into the ocean, a parasailing, and all of a sudden this thing's like got his mouth open, and you're like, you trying to blow it? You trying to sail? No, keep going,
Go.
And it's like slowly going into it.
Yeah, and I mean, I went through a whole range of fucking emotions.
On the way down, that 4 seconds you felt?
Well,
probably longer than that.
Once we step out onto this little platform, I'm like, it's big enough for my feet. I'm strapped to him. He swings a foot out. I swing both my feet out. He props his back up against the wing of the plane, and we're just standing there. I'm looking over nothing, and I'm like, I'm shitting bricks. He jumps.
Fuck.
And he like pulls a backflip as he jumps. So he like jumps out, pulls a backflip.
So you're straight down. So you're down.
Yeah. So my back's towards the ground, and I see the plane like I'm falling away from the plane, and I'm like, wow. But once he ripped that fucking cord, I was like, that's it.
Oh really?
I'm like,
it wasn't long until
No,
he pulled the cord. Well, it made me didn't feel like it was longer.
Oh, it felt like forever when I was doing it. But once we were done, I was like, that was fucking sweet. I would totally do that again.
That's crazy. I don't know. I would, to be honest. I don't like heights like that. I don't like things I can't control. Like I don't like being in the water because I don't have control over the water.
Yeah.
And I don't like being there. I've flown a bunch of times, but it freaks me the fuck out. Because if something happens, there's nothing I can do to stop, to even take a shot at surviving.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. I'm just in the group of people that like once it's my time to go, it's my time to go. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I could be sitting here talking to you in a fucking satellite. Chinese balloon comes down and fucking through the roof, kills me. A bolt from the fucking thing.
A bolt from the satellite.
Yeah, a bolt from. I'd be so pissed off. If that's the way I go out, I'd be so mad.
The bolt happens to rip through the fucking roof and hit you right in the fucking head.
Right in the forehead.
But it doesn't kill you, it just makes you paralyzed forever.
Oh, it'd be a sweet video.
It'd be a sweet video, but like how you gonna be okay with being paralyzed? I'll kill you, don't worry.
Okay.
You wanna be paralyzed forever?
No.
Exactly, I'll kill you.
From the legs down, I would that would suck, but
at least you have something.
Yeah.
If you just can't sit, all you can do is talk and move your eyes.
I'm not smart enough for that. Like Stephen Hawking, he could do all
that's what I'm saying. Like, how can you do that?
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to live like that.
I'd have to read a bunch of books and get really fucking smart.
And do what?
I don't know.
That's
Become the next Stephen Hawking.
And then what?
Discover shit.
Discover what?
Fucking tell Elon Musk to shoot me into space.
Just shoot my head.
Yeah,
That's all that works.
Fucking send it up to Mars.
It's,
I don't know if I'm gonna do much, but
Are you excited about moving?
I'm gonna be bummed to leave the gym for sure, but I mean, I'm ready for a change. Like I've dealt with the assholes that I work with for long enough, so some of them are all right.
But is it better? I think they're not paying you anything.
They're not paying me a per diem.
Is this your last
week?
No, I mean last
Getting moved?
Is it a journeyman or what are you doing? What's the thing?
Apprenticeship.
How long do you have to do it until you can actually get on somewhere?
So the apprenticeship is 3 years. I'm roughly like fucking a year and a half in.
Oh Christ!
And I got like a year and a half left. And then I can pick and choose where I want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough being away from the family. It's hard on my kids, you know, like, and I feel bad because like I feel like I need to be there all the time.
I'm the same way, dude. To not see Giacomo all the time is very. I mean, I didn't see him as much after my divorce.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like, you know what I mean? Like it was easier on me. For you to have to move one day is tough.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, the schedule is going to open up a little bit. Like now I work 6 days a week, so I drive home and I don't get home until 8:30 fucking Saturday night, and I wake up at 9 o'clock the next morning, and I'm there.
A couple hours.
Like
leave.
yeah,
dude. I did that for a while. I worked in New York City. I did it for like 6 months, and it was not. Just 6 months, it was not working.
It fucking sucks.
No, but she had no intention of moving there.
Yeah.
Giacomo's mother. It was like it was never gonna happen.
I wouldn't want to move to the city anyways.
It was a lot. It was like Jersey, but it was like I was working there. It was like Jackers, Chippers, Blasters Union.
Yeah.
You know, but it was just never. It was horrible to go. You went for 5 hours. You turn on and come back. Well, that's what I do now. I go home. I pick up Giacomo when I come back, or I drop him off and I come back.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fucking long drive.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's like it's like 3.5 hours, but it is a long drive.
Yeah. I mean, it's 3 hours and like 50 minutes. I mean, at the end of the day, it's
4 hours. If you stop at least once, it's 4 hours.
But now I'm going to be in Albany. It's like 2 hours from the house. So
it's closer.
So I'll be on rain days when it's like this out. I'm just driving.
Just go home. It's not bad.
It'll be sweet. But yeah, I'm gonna be bummed, fucking leaving everybody here.
I guess I didn't anticipate the gym to be as close as it was. I wanted it to be like you know what it was? I think Hercules, people were closer.
Mm.
Butter and Barbell wasn't as close.
It had like its.
It wasn't. It little things there.
Like it's.
But it was but it was if you didn't hear to like all the silliness and like you know what I mean, if you couldn't be there every time to train with them, so if you weren't included in their things.
Yeah. And
you know, like I didn't want to train with them because I'd like to do my own thing, but I would go the same times so I could have spotters and stuff, and I would help them and I would spot for them, and because of that, like I was kind of like I wasn't included in things.
Yeah, and it's
which was weird. Because before at the old Hercules, everyone was. It was like no matter what, if you were part of that gym, you were.
Yeah.
Kind of like we are. Like if you're part of the gym, people that we haven't seen in months just show up for things.
Yeah.
You know, like they train at totally different times, and then it's gonna go bowling, and they like Phil, he just shows up.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever met. He showed up, and I was like,
"Who's this?" Yeah.
I was like, "Who's this?"
It's Phil.
It's like he looks like he's part of a garage band, 90s garage.
He loves that. Yeah, he does. He's got a band.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, he's in a heavy metal band, and he does like wrestling. He wants to do WW like wrestling. He is. Yeah, dude. He does a class there once a week.
No
That's
shit.
the place in New York City. He just got to put on weight. He's gonna get killed.
Yeah. I mean, the guys in like WWE, those big time guys, they're huge.
Yeah, he's so small.
Yeah, but yeah, the gym is just been fucking awesome. Like everybody's helpful, and you know, it's.
How is it different then?
So.
Because I mean, from your standpoint, because you trained in Marcus's group and you trained in my group.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I want to ask. I do want to know. Like, how's it different?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if you couldn't make it every time, like that's kind of the feeling that I got being there.
You were shunned.
Was yeah, like there'd be times when I could make it and couldn't make it, and I caught flack for it.
Yeah, like you have a family. Most of those guys that have no girlfriend have nothing.
Yeah, and a lot of those
They're single. They have no kids.
Yeah, they come in and they train, and that's what they do.
That's their day.
That's their whole
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, I'd go along and I'd be good for a while as far as like making it every day or whatnot, and then like
life happens.
It kind of
You're
ease
married.
up.
Yeah.
It kind of ease up, and then I would get invited to something here or there, and then like I'd have a week where I couldn't make it, and then it just fucking cycle started all over again. I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. It's clicky.
Oh, it's very
Yeah.
I mean, there's their groups there. Like they're the powerlifting group, and then there's the strongman group with like Jamie and them.
They have their own little cliques.
Yeah, which Jamie was always like, all those guys were always like really,
Jamie's better
really
about
cool.
it, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And his guys are a lot. They're different.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just really different. I didn't want that. That's why I try to like help everyone, regardless. People that don't even in our group, like, they're like, oh, what should I do today? I'm like, for squat. I'm like, yeah, just send them our squat.
Yeah.
Because they want to be included. Their lives are different. They can't be there.
And Jamie, if any of your guys are watching this, I'm coming for you. Just let it be known. Some shit's gonna happen. But no, those guys were always really good sports, and if you had any questions, they would give you pointers and shit like that. But and then I'm gonna journey on to ABC Fitness in Albany.
And that's pretty much. I mean, you'll be okay there. I don't know if they have strongman stuff. I think they do.
I'm interested to see how that goes.
But I'm pretty sure they do.
They do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. So, like your next, it's gonna be like a deload week for you. I think like you need a little. I want you just to go there and you should go there.
Yeah, just get familiar
next
with
week.
it.
Yeah, and just dick around.
Yeah.
And find where everything is.
Mm-hmm.
Like make yourself familiar, and then it'll be like this whole. It'll be like more like a strongman day, and then 2 like accessory days. That'll be like front squats. So, you know what I mean? Like different things like that are gonna like build.
I just want to load a front squat bar up. Every time I hear front squats,
I just want
to load the fucking bar up and just
kill myself.
Yeah.
Big Mike was that guy Mike
Yeah.
with Jamie. He did something like 465 with it the other day with the front squat with the safety squat bar the other way.
Yeah.
The one that I had. What'd you do with that?
I don't remember. Probably not that fucking.
He's a fucking huge dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude, but I bet our big guy could put.
Oh,
it
Bill?
Down. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Bill.
Sorry, Bill's a fucking animal.
I'm curious this summer to see what he can bench in my old shirt. I think he's gonna. He'll at least hit 7, which is pretty wild for him to start out doing.
Yeah, for his first meet, that's fucking insane.
Yeah, and then a real bench shirt. There's not a lot of guys that bench an awful lot. Those band shirts, there's people benching 900 pounds, but it's very rare to see someone benching 700 pounds in a real bench shirt. Those are like, you watch meets and people are squatting 1,000, they're deadlifting 600, and they're pulling like 520.
Yeah.
Or they're benching 520. It's like that's pretty much equipped lifting what they're doing, because the suit helps them squat a ton, but it hurts them on the deadlift.
Yeah.
Because it's too tight, so they wear something else and just can't get into position. And then the bench shirt is just, your triceps got to be fucking strong. Your back's got to be fucking strong.
I mean, I even found that out with the Ram last week.
Yeah.
That was my first time even having anything over like 300 fucking pounds in my hand.
How did it feel?
I have 395 and chains on, and I'm like, look, with it, when you handed it off to me, I was like,
this is fucking heavy.
well, this about to see it.
About to see what happens with
About to
this.
see if it fucking goes or if it's gonna kill me.
Yeah. Chris has got like some bronchial pain. It's probably tendonitis because he benched 455 and he's never touched anything over like 330. He just kept going up. I should have stopped him at 4. And I was like, oh, that looks good. And it's just it's tendonitis. It fucking hurts. He thought it was broken. I'm like, no, you don't have a fracture. You'd be fucking purple. He can squeeze his hand. He can deadlift. He's got grip, so it's not that. It's more, And it's weird, like me, it's I would have like breaks. I was fucking like hurt my shoulder. I think it's my shoulder. I don't know, or my labrum. So I'll have breaks, and then I get in a shirt again, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then if I go in too fast, I have the same thing, and it hurts me for fucking months.
Well, that was the thing is like when I was, training with the group at Blood Iron, like when I was benching all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like we benched twice a week, and then squatted twice a week, and then deadlifted every once in a while. But it was just that fucking tendon.
It's because their speed day is supposed to be light.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be as heavy as they go. It's really not. You can't. I mean, I don't understand how they. It's not. That's how people get fucked up.
And I mean, they use bands a lot too, which
they're horrible for your tendons.
Yeah.
They'll make you fast, but like you have to be careful. You can't use them all the time.
Yeah.
You can use light ones. You know what I'm saying? But you can't go heavy. I'm not even like a huge fan with them squatting all the time. I'd rather the chains.
Yeah. You said the bands last week, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
But it's been a while.
I was shocked that I got as much as I did on that. Though.
Yeah. It takes time. Now the deadlift is one thing that like I think bands are great because you're not you know what I mean, you're not rebounding it. You're not your joints aren't getting this pull both ways. You're not coming down. You're starting from the bottom and you're just pulling up. So your joints aren't getting fucking like ripped apart from it.
Yeah.
So that I think works good, and most people, like if you're slow off the bottom, you learn to get faster.
Right, you have to be.
Fixes your grip.
You don't have any other choice.
Yeah, and like you'll find out real quick if you can't lock a weight out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, fucking, we added 20 pounds to it, and I was just like.
And that's it. How much was the bands? Did you test the tension?
I think 90 pounds a side, so it was 180 pounds about band tension.
That's good. I remember I took the I had the 12-inch ones.
Yeah.
And they were the fucking big, like, I think they're orange or something like that, or white, the big ones.
Oh shit.
And I put those on. I forgot that we did the green ones and we deadlifted, like in the rack where you were.
Yeah.
And I forgot and I used those ones. I set up from that. He couldn't move the bar. It was like 135. And Brock did like 315. He's like, how the fuck? You could see his head like spinning, like, how could he pull that? He's like, he couldn't even move the bar off the rack. Nowhere. It was going nowhere. And I'm like, man, wait a minute. I think it was the green band. I went to grab it and I was like, fuck. I'm like, nope, this was not the band I used earlier today.
Whoops, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Those fucking kids fucking kill me.
Oh man. Especially.
It's like, I like our crew. We have a fucking bunch of fucking misfits. Everyone is like kind of fucking disturbed, but I mean, it just works somehow.
Bunch of shit talkers.
Yeah. Dana, like everyone's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, you got a bunch of 18, 19-year-old kids that
are nuts.
Talking shit to me.
They're not afraid of anything.
I'm 32
They're
years
stupid.
old.
They're stupid as fuck.
I'll murder you.
I know they're dumb as fuck though, but they have to be to stand like back like he's like he squatted 600 like 4 weeks ago, and then he did 635 and he attempted 655 and he stood up with it and he was like no. It's like, no. That was it, like no. Fucking. He has bruises on his back.
That's awesome.
Like actual bruises from the bar on his back.
I remember you had me in the fucking squat suit. Like I pulled that thing off and it looked like I got the shit kicked out of me. My wife goes, "What's that from?" Just side piece.
Yeah.
Terrible rowdy.
That was duct taped to the floor. Yeah,
it was definitely from squat suit.
It was definitely.
I don't need to be signing divorce papers when I get home.
You don't have time to do anything, anyways.
Yeah, no, I really don't. It's a fucking busy life. But it's nice seeing the kids that are in there because strength, that's one of the big things about fucking life. You have to be strong.
Most of these kids are not.
Or life will fucking
They're weak as fuck. These kids. Nowadays, it's crazy.
And I mean, it's not enough to be physically strong either. Like
mentally strong. To be able to... You gotta be to like keep going in. And they all kind of compete against each other too. Yeah, shit talking and stuff. Where it's like you got to be tough, or they would just break.
Yeah.
It's I like it, and I kind of push them.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, Benny, I think you can beat Matt today. I'm like, man, I fucking, I pit them at each other. So I'm like, and they're in there for a competition.
Yeah.
To like beat each other.
And I mean, there's no doubt that like those kids are fucking stronger than I am. But
They're freaks.
I've told him, I'm like,
I'll kill you.
It doesn't matter. I'll fucking choke you out, dude. I'll choke you
They're
out.
fucking freaks. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Benny just turned 17. He's gonna be a fucking monster. I mean, even last year he was 165.
He was 165 last year?
Yeah, dude. He
What's
is
he been eating? Fucking bonbons
everything.
and
You know,
Hostess?
I don't know.
Cupcake rolls?
He used to say like he was eating. I eat clean, and I'm like, you don't eat clean.
Not
Like
if you gain
the,
that much weight.
the more he's flexing in the mirror with his shirt off, you're like, Benny. But I'm gonna be honest, like most really strong power lifters aren't shredded.
No.
And so what they are, they don't last long in the sport because they tear shit.
Yeah.
You know, I tell you, you gotta have some fat on you. You gotta have fat around your tendons and bones.
Well, that's the way strong men are too.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't see those shredded.
Fucking ripped.
That Puljanowski, but like
Yeah, he was a
he's
freaking
a freak,
nature.
and he's still like he's doing like full contact fighting. He's like 50 years old or some shit. He's not normal.
I want to
He's
be
like
whatever.
Russian,
Yeah.
Polish or something.
He's on some fucking experimental steroids. I want to do whatever.
I think he's taking everything.
Everything under the fucking sun.
I mean, I remember I was young. Like people were just giving me shit to see how, because I was 350, to see how big and strong I could get, and I was just, I don't know. So I'm not dead yet. So.
Oh, I mean that's good.
Yeah, somehow I survived all that. But I think, it's like some people experience it differently. And like, when I remember I took growth hormone, I was stuck at 300 pounds, and I got to 350 in about a month and a half.
Yeah.
Just adding growth hormone, and a little bit of insulin too. But, and I was like scared. I did it for a couple months, and I was like, I was scared to do insulin. I was afraid of myself diabetic. But there's people that do it religiously, and they're fucking strong as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I had a conversation with my father-in-law, my stepfather-in-law. He weightlifts and stuff in his basement. The he's built like brick shit house. He's short, strong.
Yeah.
You guys kind of look alike. But no, I had a conversation with him, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this training for a little while, and then I'm gonna, get as strong as I fucking can.
Yeah.
And I'm like, not for nothing, but if I want to even remotely compete with any professionals,
you gotta take tests.
I have to take
But
something.
that is the safest thing to take, because it's already in your body.
Yeah.
Your body knows how to utilize it.
Yeah.
And not to mention now, some of the crazier shit, no, but like stuff like Winstrol or Anavar or something like that. That's stuff that was made to like lower estrogen, help your body heal. Dianabol was made to like help your body recover and heal. It was during like the Vietnam War time.
Mm.
A lot of these drugs were not meant to get big from.
Yeah.
So people will abuse it and take a shitload, or if you just take a tiny little bit, it just helps you recover.
Yeah, and it's
You know
not
what I mean?
meant
It's like you eating extra protein. You're like, yeah, I'm just trying for nitrogen retention to recover. But some people get carried away. Most of the people that do it are like pro bodybuilders.
Yeah.
They're trying to get massive, and the only way to do that is to lift more and recover faster.
And it kills me seeing all these like bodybuilders that are doing like lightweight, high reps, fucking shit. And I'm like, dude,
that's what
killed.
killed.
Huge.
They were huge, but they were just small. They weren't strong. They were weak as fuck.
Yeah.
And it killed me. Because I was first like into the whole bodybuilding thing for the first like 2 years, and I was like, I was fucking almost 300 pounds.
Yeah.
And I'm watching these guys like 200 pounds way stronger than me. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah. But I mean, you look at some of the guys like who the fuck is it?
Bodybuilders.
Strongmen that turned into fucking bodybuilders.
Strongmen.
Yeah, there was a guy, Terry. What the fuck is his name? He's got a smoking hot wife too.
He's
Terry.
He does bodybuilding now.
He was. I don't know. I don't
How
think
can he
he
do it
ever.
that height?
I don't think he ever
Really
won.
compete? Yeah.
Well, I don't
Too
think
tall.
he ever won any strongman competitions.
Oh.
I think he was
Did
one
he
of
for
the better-
bodybuilding?
Yeah, and then he dropped a bunch of weight and fucking started doing bodybuilding.
Shit.
I'm like, all right, whatever. But yeah, those guys, after Bjorns and Brian Shaw, like they're not shredded.
No.
Hathor did because of Eddie, the fight between
Yeah,
him
but
and
he
Eddie,
could never
that
compete
was-
like that in
No.
strongman. You need that fat store, man. I mean, they do a lot of fucking events.
Well, yeah,
They have a long fucking day.
yeah, and weight moves weight too.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with those.
Well, they're
fucking-
lifting and carrying things. You have to be big.
Yeah.
The whole idea you can't be. So I tell Matt, like I think he's stuck. Like think he has to stay shredded, and that he is gonna tear something. He's gonna get hurt.
I mean, I'm gonna
Always gonna.
compete. I think this summer. when I do a couple competitions. I think I'm going to compete at 220.
Yeah.
I'm like 240
Well,
now.
whatever. So 220 would be like you'd have to drop weight.
I think I could drop it like slowly enough and
Okay.
safely enough that it's not going to affect my strength.
Yeah.
If I start dropping and I see my strength,
Because what's the division for strongman?
I'm fucking ditching it.
Is it over 220?
Yeah, I think it's like I can't remember. I know there's an under 220 for some of the competitions I was looking at, and then there's like light heavyweight,
Okay.
super heavyweight, shit like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, they do open divisions and fucking amateur and all that
Yeah.
kind of shit. So.
No, I know it's pretty much like powerlifting. There's like tons of divisions.
Yeah.
Amateur, masters. They have all these things like.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun summer, for sure. I'm fucking
I wonder
excited.
what Jamie's having. I'll look around like where you're at. But yeah, I know he has some around. I know he has one in the summer too.
Yeah, I know.
That was the one I wanted Nick to do and he didn't do.
I think
it's September.
They're doing. Yeah, they always have one in September, I believe, and then they're doing one I think March in Buffalo.
Yeah.
315's putting one in Buffalo.
Yeah. The one at September, they have it at what's that fucking bar? It's right in Liverpool. They have like it's a bar club. It's huge. It's like a bar club. They have a giant volleyball nets out back. They have volleyball tournaments in the summer too. I can't remember the damn name of it. But it's in Liverpool. It's massive. But they have them. I think you have it there every year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm intrigued to see what I can fucking pull off. And I mean, I've done other ones in the past, but you know, there was one I did like I think over in Newburgh, and that's where I met Jamie.
Yeah.
And I did one at RIT. It was like a little fucking thing they did during like their fucking alumni weekend or whatever.
Wow.
They have like a strongman competition there, and it was just
like deadlift and overhead press.
Well, I mean, they did like truck pull and like Atlas stones and shit. They did the traditional strongman stuff, but you know, it wasn't anybody that was there seriously.
Yeah.
Like they were dudes that just lifted in their fucking driveway. I remember there was two guys that were there, like, oh yeah, we do this in our driveway, and I just was looking at these guys. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna do so bad.
Really?
And I ended up taking second place.
Shit.
And the kid that took first he was a freak of nature. I mean, he was like 6'4", 6'5", and he was just a big kid. I was like, fair enough.
Yeah.
But these other two guys, they were talking shit. They're like, yeah, I lift this and that. And then I took first in the truck pull, and it was a hand over hand truck pull. And I mean, my dad, he was there. He's like, listen, he's like, don't fucking lean back. Don't lean into it.
You got to keep tension all the time.
Yeah, you lose your slack.
And so I don't think some people understand that. They try these big pulls, and then they try big pulls again. And that wears you the fuck out. Yeah, your lower back, your strength, your knees.
You lose your momentum.
Yeah.
The fucking thing stops moving, man.
Bill would be great at that, but he's got the work capacity.
Bill...
He would die. He'd have a heart attack.
Bill would be fucking awesome at strong.
But he'd have a heart attack, I think.
Yeah, I mean...
He has trouble when we did even a mock meet. We did it like 7 hours long. By the time he gets a deadlift, he's smoked. It's like 5 something. It's tough for him.
Yeah.
He's tired as fuck.
I mean, I definitely...
He's huge.
I have the capacity to fucking
go he's huge.
distances just as long as...
I think he would have to be 280. Maybe he'd probably have to drop 50 pounds. He'd probably, man. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of weight on him.
I always I stand next to him every once in a while, and
big.
I'll say like, man, dude, I need to lose fucking weight, and not in a shot at him. And he's like, he looks at me and he's like, dude, fuck you. He's like,
he doesn't like it. He looks like the Hulk.
He's huge.
His wrist is like this. When I wrap his wrist, I'm like, where the fuck's the end of it? Fucking I have no worry. I think he'll be able to bench 8 and over 8 in a shirt.
Yeah.
Right, shirt. I'm not worried at all that Bill's gonna have any problems breaking any bones.
Yeah.
His bones are so fucking thick.
And it's protected by. Dude, he's underneath. He's fucking got to be massive.
Yeah.
If he were to get shredded,
it's like muscle, and then the bones are his elbows, his joints are so big. He's built to lift fucking heavy fucking weights.
Which is crazy. If you've ever seen pictures of him when he was in the Marine Corps and shit, he was so
Bro,
small.
I know. He just fucking, the growth hormone turned on and didn't stop. Like the Hulk. I don't know. He got caught in a radiation storm. I have no idea. Someone did a freak. Dr. Fauci had an experiment with him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something happened with Bill.
Bill broke out of a lab. He wasn't. He wasn't fucking born anywhere. He broke out of a lab someplace.
Bill went into the military and like 180 pounds came out at 300. Like, how does that happen?
Like Captain America, 100%.
What the fuck?
Shot him up with a bunch of mystery fluid.
Like, what the fuck happened? How does that happen? Most people are running.
Yeah.
How does Bill put on like almost 200 pounds?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
That's not normal.
It must be nice.
It was just like a late growth spurt.
Fucking goddamn genetics.
He had to just fucking like accept this freak. I bet there's this woman, her name's Leah, and she's a powerlifter. She squatted close to 1,000 pounds in a suit. But she's a big girl, like she's big boned. She's big. Like she's muscular and she's big like Bill. She's big. If those two had a kid, it'd be the end of everything.
Yeah.
The kid could do whatever they want.
Yeah.
That kid might be the Hulk. If they had a child.
I watched a video.
Like his wife is so tiny.
He had there was like a 25-pound medicine ball on this floor, and this kid fucking goes up. He was probably, I don't know, probably 2.5, 3 years old. And he goes up and you can see him, he's got a pacifier in his mouth, and he goes to pick it up, and he's just getting fucking pissed. He's like, "Rrr!" And finally he gets the ball up, and everybody's like, Jesus. I mean, the kid's walking around like this diesel. This kid's huge.
But you never know. See, remember back in the day, like they had those little Hercules and stuff, and then they had a quick growth spurt, and that their growth hormone was like really high when they were young.
Yeah.
And then that was it. They're like normal people now.
Yeah.
It didn't continue. So they got to puberty and it stopped. Like they grew faster before puberty.
Right.
It was weird. You know what I mean? And that's happened. So it's not like I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? You'd have to start doing steroids at like 13 to keep it going.
Well, that's like
someone like that. You know what I mean? Like that they're that much. You're like, how do we keep it going? We're gonna just inject this kid up.
Yeah.
Just keep him high.
My oldest, my stepson. I mean, his dad's not a very big guy, and he's like, oh, I'm taller than everybody in my class. I'm like, yeah, that's how it happens, dude. Yeah. I'm like, all the short kids, they hit their growth spurt early on.
Yeah.
And I go, just wait. I go, there's going to be fucking people towering over you.
Oh,
You're the tallest now, but it's not going to last.
Giacomo could be. I mean, he could reach the mono by himself. He didn't need anything this time. He got bigger, but he got taller.
Yeah.
And this is from Christmas.
Yeah.
He couldn't reach at Christmas.
Jesus.
A lot of the kids, a lot of his nephews, like they're all 6'5", 6'6". They're huge, and they were like his size.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like before they graduated high school, like they just fucking shot right up.
That's the thing that's bananas is like my wife's cousin. He's Salvatore Gioli. He's I remember meeting him. He was like, I don't know, probably 12 or 13 or something. I'm like, oh, like how old are you? Like 14? He's like, no, I'm like 12. I shut the fuck up. And the following year we met up for Thanksgiving again, and he was as tall as I was. He was like 14 years old, and the kid's like 6'4" or 6'5".
But is he thin?
Like
Hawkins' brother? Or
no, he's
getting bigger.
He's about like Bill.
Really?
I mean, he's like 22 or 23 or some shit like that. And I mean, he's. Is
he doing sports or anything?
He played football for Brockport.
That was it.
So he played, pretty good, like at a pretty decent college.
Yeah.
And then now he may have been able to play professionally, but he just didn't have any interest.
Yeah.
He played for college, and he's like, yep, I'm done. I'm like,
Did you, Mike, I don't think he'd even care. I wouldn't care to say his last name, Mike Garofalo. Did you go to Hercules? Mike Garofalo came to Blood Iron Barbell a couple times. He was huge.
Garofalo. Has he got a big black beard? Is that a different guy?
No, he's shaved a lot. But Mike's huge. He's like, I think he's like 52 now, and he's still like 280, 290. He does electrical. For him to be up he had to lose weight to be in the bucket. Because he'd be like 275 or something.
Yeah.
So he had to lose weight. He was like 308.
There's a weight limit to those.
And he's like, I think he's like 5'11". He's huge at 52.
That's crazy.
And
he's 5'11"?
Yeah. His son is got to be 6'6". He had all these like, everyone wanted him to go to every college. He was playing football in high school, just destroying people. I mean, massive, and he'd be thick, but like 340 pounds, like huge at 6'6", and just decided didn't want to play football. Didn't want to go to college.
Oh, that's some guys don't like my kid.
He might have actually went. I mean, I know like when he was supposed to go, he decided he might have went. I mean, I haven't talked to Mike in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Besides, like, just like we talk about when the fucking world's gonna explode.
Oh,
And the world's gonna end. That's pretty much it.
I don't think it's too far away.
You know what I mean? But that's pretty much all we talk about now. But his kid was fucking beast. I remember he came in to Hercules. This is back then. He was like 15 years old.
Yeah.
And he worked up to like a 600-pound deadlift. Never deadlifted before in his life. Ever.
Fucking shit. Wow. Good for him.
Like a freak of nature. Like, he should have done something. I don't know. But growing up big and strong, like, he just got bored.
Yeah. I mean, that's those genetic freaks. I mean,
it's like, do they even want to do it?
There's a lot of times where they fucking
easy.
Or like, yeah, it's easy for them. So they're like, fucking, I don't want to bother.
I think Bill was like, Bill never really pushed his strength. I don't think he even, because he's big. So he was like, oh, I'm big. And he's going to like average gyms. So he was the strongest guy in the gym.
Yeah.
So to him, it's like, now it's like,
Now he's got somebody pushing him.
Yeah, and these kids are fucking strong.
He gets so fucking pissed off on deadlift days. Jesus.
Yeah.
He's like, this fucking sucks. I only deadlifted like 650 pounds. I mean, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. He's just so big. He needs to learn how to pull sumo. I keep telling him that. There's no way. He's just big. He's a big barrel. Yeah. He cannot get in front of that bar. Now, the more he learns how to use a suit, he can. But look at those strong men that have huge barrel bellies. They pull in a suit, so they're like getting all their weight down behind them, and they're basically doing like a leg press. So he has to. That's why I put him in it one day. I think I'm gonna put it not today because it's a deficit. He'll have to grab the bar. It'd be horrible. But no fucking way. But I need to get him in it a couple times, learn to squat in it, and it might help him too.
Well, that's the thing is a lot of those strong men too is they fucking their stance is so wide, even pulling conventional.
Yeah.
Then their arms are way outside their fucking shoulder width.
So I mean he could do that. But powerlifting he could pull sumo, and I think he would be able to pull close to 8 if he figured it out.
Yeah, I mean sumo. There's a lot of people that shit on sumo, and for the longest time, like I was in the group.
Do you realize how fucking hard it is?
Yeah, I was in the group
of shitting on sumo pullers.
I was like, dude, conventional. I'm like, fucking, you can pull sumo. That's easy. Until you like start to do it, and you're like, wow, shit. I'm like, this is a lot more difficult than I thought it was.
When Bill started learning how to do it, like said it was pulling more than him, and I knew it. And this was for months. It killed him.
Yeah.
Before the gym was even open, we just had like concrete floor and shit in there, and I like would pull mats over and just put the bar on. And we'd load weights, and I knew it fucking killed him that he was lifting under her the same as her for deadlift. But I didn't let him do any conventional pulling for like 3 months. All he did was sumo pulls, and he made his hips stronger. And then little by little, back and forth. But I think I'm gonna have to push him out. Just he can't. He's big.
Yeah.
He needs to be wider.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Dan Bell has a big belly and he's strong with it, but he's a very rare person that has an 800-pound pull at his at like the size of Bill.
Dan Bell.
Well, no, this guy Dan Bell, he's like the size of Bill too. He's huge. He's built like him. Dan does over 800-pound deadlifts, but he stands even closer than Bill.
Is he related to Mark?
No.
I was gonna say because I work with Mark Bell's cousin.
Do you really?
Yeah, he's a guy. He works for Con Ed.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. He was wearing a slingshot shirt one day.
I fucking hate Mark
Bell. And
fucking
and fucking he was wearing a slingshot shirt one day, and I was like, oh, nice. And he like, and for some reason it didn't click with me like Bell. I was like, because it's probably a pretty normal fucking last name.
Yeah, Bell.
And he's like,
but he has a slingshot shirt.
He's like,
or maybe he just bought it.
Bought
it for that reason, right?
He's like, yeah, it's my cousin. And I go, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. But I mean, having the kids in the gym, like I said, it's a big deal because just the way the world's gone and it's getting fucked up. And
you need some stronger kids. It's scary to look at the kids that are in high school and like they're gonna lead the world someday.
Yeah, and strength, like
emotional, mental strength,
especially for a man.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't be a fucking man and not be fucking strong.
You can't.
I'm like,
no. I've always said that I don't understand how people think it's okay for a man to be weak.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It wasn't, and it never was.
Right.
And it's still not.
Because, I mean, we used to live in a society where men went to fucking war.
Yeah.
I mean, that was part of life, part of growing up. I mean, it was way back when.
Yeah, but still,
But
it's
that-
not
that was part of it.
impossible for us to have a civil war or war here or something bad to happen.
Yeah.
What are these kids gonna do?
Or we go to war with a different country.
What are all these guys gonna do?
And I mean,
Fucked.
yeah, and you know, you being in the gym with them, like even if they don't have a father figure at the house,
Yeah.
they have a strong father figure.
No, I
at the
know.
gym.
I've said that I don't. I think I'm better with that because of Giacomo, because I miss him.
Yeah.
I think that's why I kind of like try to build a bond with them, you know. And I was like, and I see them completely fucking lost.
Yeah.
They were bad. I'm telling you, you didn't know them last year. They were bad. Bill wanted to kill them all the time. He hated all of them, and now he like bitches about them, but
Yeah.
he does like them. Like
Yeah.
he hated them.
And I mean, there can be a father in the household, but
And be absent.
yeah,
Yeah.
it can just be not
If he's not.
a strong fucking image.
Yeah.
And you know,
Matt comes to me instead of his dad for all his problems, all his questions.
yeah,
It makes me sad, but at the same time, I feel good that he has somebody to talk to.
right, and that's important.
Because I'm like, fuck, really?
Well, that's, you know, I caught a lot of flack for this. I made a couple of YouTube videos, like years back when I was training in Blood Iron,
Yeah.
and I flat out fucking said, I'm like, a woman cannot raise a man.
No.
A woman
fuck
can
no.
raise a woman can raise a good person. Don't get me wrong, but a woman cannot raise.
Benny was a
fucking-
train wreck. He's still bad. He's a work in progress, and he's got 2 sisters and his mom.
Yeah.
No dad.
Like, and I'm not saying like a woman can do her due diligence on, you know,
Everything else, yeah.
making sure that everything's provided and shit like that. But some of these things that men need to learn, they have to learn from another man.
Yeah, they can't learn from a woman.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
No.
Like,
It never will work.
holy shit! Like the fucking
People attacked you,
firestorm
really?
of after I posted that video was unreal.
Did what's his name? I haven't talked to him in forever. Who works out with Marcus? He's wicked liberal. Got the motorcycle.
Oh, Barrett.
Barry's such a fucking clown, dude.
Dude, it's fucking crazy to me.
I want to like him because he is, but you know what he is? It's like he reads a lot. He sits on the internet all day.
Yeah.
And he talks jargon. He's not smart.
I'm
not.
I'm all for
He's not.
I'm all for the reading, but you have to read both sides.
Yeah.
Like, cause there's
He's just regurgitating things he hears.
yeah.
And he sounds intelligent about it. But he has no he's got no evidence to back it up, and he
Yeah.
has no argument to go forward.
And the problem that I see
And I'm okay to argue about things.
Yeah.
But you have to have I need you to like explain to me why you feel the way you do. And not just like, you know, this is the theory or this is, you know, like you're literally saying the same things that I could fucking pull up right now on Instagram that 90% of people are talking about.
Yeah. And I mean, when you go in with an argument like that, there's gonna be truths to fucking either side.
Yeah.
Like with Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah.
That's why
I hate most conservatives now.
I
too.
don't choose fucking parties. It's stupid. Our government's fucked.
I have to say I'm conservative because Democrats are so crazy right now.
Oh, they're nuts.
Like you have to at least choose. I'm like I don't want to be even like accidentally lumped in that category. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like no fucking way. But and I think where I stand is like where conservatives and Republicans like me and you stand.
Yeah.
Not fucking Congress, not these fucking, you know, super rich people. Like the average conservative Republican.
Yeah.
99% of us.
Right.
What we feel, you know? So it's like I'm not part of their party, I'm part of our party.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not part of like the House of Representatives party of Republicans. I'm part of like us, like how we feel. We don't want government control.
Yep.
They say it, but they don't do anything to change it.
Yeah, and I mean the problem is like
I know their hands are tied with a lot of things that's coming to the Senate because it was grandfathered in.
Yeah.
And these guys that were farmers that would go work in the Senate and the House had no intention on working there for life because they had to work in their farm and their business or their bank, whatever the fuck they did. They were mayors of their town. They couldn't fucking stay there for fucking the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
They didn't put term limits because they never expected it because it wasn't supposed to make them money.
Right. And they
and that's the hardest thing. It's in the but it's like how can you change that without, you know, like opening Pandora's box of fucking with the Constitution.
Yep.
It's
And
it really comes down to it's up to us to fucking vote them better. People
yeah,
only vote presidents. They're not concerned about everyone else.
yeah, like
They vote like their mayor
they're
and they vote their
local.
president, but they don't go further and look at like who's representing me
Yeah, they don't pay attention to
in
the
this
local.
area. Yeah, the Westchester area. No, they don't people have a clue.
They don't pay attention to who they're voting in Congress because I mean it is on the ballot card where you can fucking choose who's
Yeah,
your state representative, your county representative, like all that shit.
they don't go to it.
No,
They go to just like the president.
and they don't pay attention to
Who's what they're even
what they're
for.
about.
Yes, they just like or they'll choose this is a Democrat, so I'm just gonna vote
Yep.
Democrat. Like, and that's what kills me. I'm like, I'm just gonna keep voting that every year. Like, look at places like like the city of Syracuse. Like the city of Syracuse, like the mayor's always Democrat. Like the whole the legislature around there is all Democrat. Onondaga County. And I'm like, you really see it? It's just collapsing year after year. Your streets are getting worse. All the businesses are gone from the city. The South Side was a booming place years ago. Now it's fucking hellhole. It's fucking a cesspool. It's a disaster. Like, and a lot of the people that have lived there, these older people, like they've lived there. It's like, you're really gonna still go and fucking vote Democrat when you've watched it fall apart with Democrats ruling it? But they do because someone tells them that conservatives are racist. So all of a sudden, like they don't like black people. Like, who told you we don't like black people?
Yeah, that's
The
fucking
media?
bullshit.
You know what I mean? Like, I hate people that piss me off
Yeah,
and that are ignorant, that are stupid. I hate people that, want to attack people unfairly, whether it be like a neighbor, a cop, a fucking attack children. Like this guy, some dude, like he beat up, or no, he shot three adults, and then he killed a 9-year-old girl. And the cops like take him down, like viciously take this
Oh, they
motherfucker
should.
out. This black cop like kicked him and fucking plowed him through. And the guys in there told him he's trying to get away. They're tying him up, and he's screaming, "I can't breathe!" Like, fucking really, motherfucker? Like
Yeah.
you killed 3 people. You killed a 9-year-old girl, and now you're gonna scream, "I can't breathe!"
you should have been.
They
shot
should
in
have
the fight.
fucking killed him.
Absolutely.
So I posted on Instagram, and I was like, they should have hung the motherfucker. And that's funny. That's the only time I've ever posted something like that, and they left it up. I think even Instagram was like, he killed a kid. We're gonna let this guy slide on this. You know what I mean? Fucking kidding me?
Well, that's they need to. I think that they should bring back public executions, especially for
Do you
like,
hear my
child
idea about
molesters and shit
stoning?
Like that.
My theory.
Oh,
of
yeah.
yeah. Like people say, like, oh, the tax. There will always be people breaking crimes. So, and then if once we eliminate those people, there's less tax dollars going to those people, right? There's less tax dollars going to the prisons, so we wouldn't need as much tax money. So we wouldn't, you know what I mean? It would all even out in the
Yeah.
end. We wouldn't need to pay as much tax.
They need to.
Eliminate these fuckers.
But what's your theory?
We have to stone them to death.
No, but what's go into it?
I've said it a bunch of times on here. I've said it.
Oh, okay.
How people need to, like, if it's a home invasion, someone just random shootings, random killings. Now it's different if 2 drug dealers or 2 thugs are shooting each other in like a house.
Yeah, that's different.
You know what? You set them to jail for life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And while they're in there, if they kill someone while they're in jail, you kill them. That's it. You just then that's like you know what? Kill them. That's it.
And make while they're in prison, make them fucking work.
Yeah.
Because,
You know what I mean? They're not allowed to go to college or in prison. They're not allowed an Xbox. They're not allowed TV. They're not allowed internet. It's fucking jail for a reason. Don't enjoy it. You fucking suffer. You live in a fucking little cell with no fucking window. You don't go outside. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And then the people that are like pedophiles, the ones that do home invasions, that kill people, that kill children, all this stuff is bullshit. Those fucking people, and I mean real pedophiles, not like the 21-year-old guy that's at a bar and happens to go home with a 17-year-old girl because she got a fake ID.
Yeah,
That's not his fault.
She needs to go.
She needs to go to prison. Like, that's her fucking fault.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You can't go to a fucking bar with a fake ID, then go home with the guy and he gets in trouble.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Come on. What's he gonna do? A fucking blood test of you? The DNA test to make sure your age is right? How the fuck does he know? You're in a bar.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me scan the back of your fucking ID.
Yeah, that already scanned anyways
Yeah,
to get
right.
you in the bar.
It's fucking wild.
Those people get tied, whatever town it's from, they get tied up to like a pole or something, and like maybe a special pole that's made just for them. And they have all different size rocks. And you pay a certain price based on the size of rock, and you can stand 20 feet away. Now, if you buy a rock and you throw and miss, buy another rock.
Buy another one.
But all that money goes to the taxes for the town.
Yeah.
And that would help to like, bring back smaller, like the south side of Syracuse, because look at the crime that happens there.
Yeah.
They'd have a lot of tax dollars to bring that area up if they fucking, to fund more cops, this and that. if they killed if they had a public stoning, you mean to tell me these fucking like these mothers of these kids that are fucking shot innocently in the street, accidentally walking to school? You don't think them and all the people from their church would be over there throwing fucking stones at that motherfucker?
Yeah.
Sure they will. And you throw them until the guy dies.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of stones. So it's a lot of tax dollars.
Or you get some guy that pays like $400 or $500 for a big ass stone to throw.
Some strongman stone.
The Hulk just fucking
Roar.
But yeah, it's
That's the only way to really solve it, I think.
It's wild. These fucking.
I just think we need
cities
more.
are out of control.
We need more serious punishment, and it's not jail. It's death. It's cutting people's arms off, their legs. Fuck it.
Well,
But then you don't give them welfare. They have to survive. They starve. They live in the street. We need to get hard. We need to get fucking Muslim hard on them. We need to get Middle Eastern hard on them.
I had that thought one day.
Like China hard.
I was like, you know what? The world would be a lot fucking kinder place. People wouldn't be such dickheads to people in public if they knew there would be these repercussions.
Yeah.
Like if
You
somebody
think this
was
shit happens? Do you think this shit happens in Russia? Happens here?
right, they
This shit
fucking
happens in
fight in
China?
the street.
You think this shit happens in the Middle East? You'll get fucking killed.
Yeah.
You don't go have a home invasion. You don't go. If you can imagine going and burning a city down in the Middle East or Russia, the Russian military would go out there and mow everyone down. They'd be like, "Oh, you want to try to burn our city down?
No.
Mow you all down. That's it." And that would be the last. And it's not like they can't protest. It's like that's not protesting.
No.
You're burning a fucking building down.
And I
You
had
deserve to die.
I had that conversation with one of my wife's friends
They think it's okay.
during the BLM thing, and I was
I don't
like,
know
no,
why people
these,
think they're
I
so
was like,
pressed.
I was like, these motherfuckers deserve to die. And especially I'm
This
like,
is not the day of oppression.
you're breaking
Ten,
into fucking
yeah.
people's homes and you're assaulting them. I'm like, and I said something along that line. I was like, no, you don't break into somebody's home and assault them without fucking repercussions.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I already know what you would say. And I'm like, yeah, they need to be fucking shot.
Yeah.
And I said that. I'm like, you come into my house, I will kill you.
I don't. Why do they think? I mean, like so. You have black people that live in the inner city, right? That pull guns on cops. They break the law. They rob people. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying you
Right.
have. But these are the ones that the police are involved with, right?
Yeah.
It's not random people doing nothing, right? So these are criminals the police are involved with. That people are like, oh, black people are mistreated by the police. Like, stop getting arrested.
Mhm.
Stop breaking. It's not. These guys aren't. If I start shooting somebody in this town, the cops are coming to shoot at me.
Right.
I don't understand. People don't understand that.
And
Why is it?
I got in an argument with her.
I'm not saying we don't have our problems as white
Right.
people. We have children that shoot schools,
Yeah.
But I mean, we have a random kid that shoots at a school, and then you have all these young kids shooting up the inner city friends, their kids, people they know. Like, no one thinks that's a problem.
Right. Well,
I thought nobody
this-
cares about them. Apparently,
the school
I apparently
shooting-
care about them more than their neighborhoods because
right.
I don't think it should happen. Something would stop to that shit.
The school shooting issue, easy to solve. I'm like, there's a bunch of veterans that are.
Dude, so he put people in there with weapons.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Because that one guy that goes in there wants to make a scene, knows he's gonna get taken out immediately.
And he knows it's
He
gonna be
won't fucking
easy.
do it. Yeah, he won't do it if he goes in there. So you put a bunch of people in there that no one's got a fucking weapon, allowed to have a weapon.
Yeah,
Of
that's
course he's gonna give it a shot.
Yeah. because they're easy targets.
Yeah.
And that's the same way. Like, I was heartbroken when I saw that guy shoot up that fucking Tops because
Yeah.
that was a fucking hate crime.
Of course.
It absolutely was.
Yeah.
And I know somebody who lost someone during that.
Wow.
I worked with a guy. His family lost somebody during that. And I'm like, dude, I'm so fucking sorry. But the thing is,
more people should have carry permits,
absolutely,
and that wouldn't have gone that far.
that's the problem.
It wouldn't
too.
have. That wouldn't happen in Texas.
And with the carry, well, they tried. There's somebody that tried that in Texas in
It
a
didn't
fucking
happen.
church.
Yeah.
They fucking
Okay.
shot him.
They all like 3 people stood up and
Yeah.
shot that motherfucker.
And the thing with the carry permits is like, I don't agree with the fact that like everybody should get them because not everybody should.
Well,
get them,
no.
because there's some fucking idiots out
But
there.
there is enough tests. I'll tell you what. Every time I've had to get something, it's a pretty thorough test. For a handgun, I'd like a full background check.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When I got a liquor license when I had a bar years ago, it was a full background. I mean, full. That was just as fucking That was crazy. You have to
Yeah,
go
you
to
have
you're going to the sheriff's department, fingerprinting everything. So it's
Because you break any laws with that, you got to go through the fucking
yeah,
deal with
so
the
it
ATF.
yeah,
and shit.
so it's totally it's harder than people think. And they
Well,
think it's easy to go get one.
That's the thing is you got people on the left side that think, oh,
It's
you
easy.
can just walk into some place and buy a fucking
They should
gun.
attempt it.
Yeah.
They really should go out and try it because then they would see it's not easy.
Yeah.
They think you go to fucking every year like the gun show at the fairgrounds would be there, and Giacomo was like, "Oh, I want to buy." And I was like, "Giacomo, I don't have time. I don't have time to fill out 3 hours of paperwork, and then we have to come back here tomorrow, or they have to mail us the fucking weapon.
Yeah,
Then you got to
or-
pay for the shipping."
Well, now you have to do, like, if you want to do a private sale, you have to go through federal firearms dealer. So you have to go to a fucking gun store. They have to transfer it
In
to the
Syracuse?
gun store, and then you have to go to the gun store and buy it from the gun store.
So you can't buy it at the
You can't. They don't do
so at the fairgrounds. It's just like
person to person sales. They won't do that. I don't think.
not in the state.
No. I think in other states like Pennsylvania and shit, I think you can do that. But
Well, yeah, I think they said like we had to. It was like we had to fill this out, and they were gonna. We had to like it was gonna be mailed to us or shipped, mailed to like a Dick's or it was mailed to a gun store, but it would be shipped to us, but you couldn't just get it that day.
yeah, it's got to be transferred because they got to do the background check and all that shit.
Yeah, and they're just there at a giant event at the fairgrounds. They don't have time to do that shit.
Right.
But I was like, John, you know what I mean? But people think you can just go in there and just buy stuff.
And I'm,
You can go and buy little blades or fake grenades
Right.
or stupid, you know what I mean? A lot of war memorabilia
dumb
shit. But you're not going in there and coming home with a weapon you can load.
No, and I am hardcore Second Amendment. I'm big on that. I have handguns. I carry all the time, and I feel safer for it.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm in public with my family, yeah, I got my fucking handgun on me. You best believe. And I don't give a shit whether Target's like, oh, you can't carry it. I don't give a fuck. It's called the concealed
Someone
for
would
a
have to,
reason.
you'd have to pull it out.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna pull it out unless I have a reason.
Yeah.
And that's the way.
And
it should be.
that's the case. It's like you don't worry about that little charge you get from Walmart carrying it in. Like
I'll fucking
you're trying to,
deal with
you want your family to live.
Yeah.
That's it. It doesn't fucking matter.
And other people should carry too
Do the same
for the safety of their family.
Yeah.
But I think everybody should have to do, like, if you're gonna carry, I want you to be proficient with
It
what
should
you're
be
fucking carrying.
you should have to like do it like a course or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if it would solve anything. In terms of like shoot, it's like I say it and you said it and at first I come as I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, like, and I'm like, I don't know if it's like, and then what do you require? Like the police, they have to go like once a year or something like that, but like none of them shoot great unless they shoot all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so it's
they
like
do the minimum. They do the
yeah.
bare
So it's
minimum.
like what there's every person that has, but if they don't have time, they have their own business. Like they can't
Yeah.
go once a month. So it's like how do you regulate that?
That's the shitty thing is like
That would end up
start
being people that have the money and people who don't have the money
Yeah.
to pay once, because that would be like a racket. It would be every month. They'd be cherries in the price every month. Every year for you to pay to go, because you'd have to, and the government would get involved taxing it, and they put a special tax on it.
They need to start at an early age because there's so many.
Oh, Giacomo started. He was like 7.
There's so
shooting.
many people in this, in the world that are so terrified of firearms.
Yeah.
And you don't have a reason to be. Like, it
That's
could
true.
be the difference between you
Yeah.
living and you dying someday. And there's nothing scary about it. You go to there's some
It is
people
if it's
have-
pointed at you.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's if you're not prepared.
Right. Aside from that point, like there's people
Just having it in the house is not. The gun isn't going to shoot itself.
No. There's people that have anxiety, and like my wife and I, we went to a shooting range one time, and it was her first time like really in a shooting range.
Yeah.
And she's got some anxiety things that she deals with.
Yeah.
And she started having like an anxiety attack. Like I think
from
it
the
was
shots going off.
Yeah, I think it
Not
was
even
just
her
because
shooting?
of the sound.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
she
the
hadn't
loud sounds.
she hadn't shot yet, and one of my buddies, he could see, like, it was for my birthday, so
Oh,
I had
okay.
a couple buddies with me, and my one buddy goes, hey, do you want me to, like, take her off to the side and, like, have her shoot a couple times? I'm like, if you can get her comfortable enough to, by all means.
Yeah.
So he got her comfortable with it, and we've shot since then. Like, we went to a shooting range on vacation last year, and she had
Oh, wow.
a fucking blast.
Yeah.
But the issue is, it's really honestly getting people acclimated to it at an early age.
Yeah.
Like, my son knows better than to touch the gun. I don't have it fucking out and shit
Yeah.
to where they can get to it.
Yeah.
But when I do have it, like on my person, or when I'm sitting down on the couch, like I'll set it on the table.
Yeah.
And I'll have it. It's sitting right there, fucking.
Jocko's rifle doesn't. There's a piece you can take off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's that it won't fire. It's a bolt action.
Oh, okay.
So it won't, you know, his rifle's that. You know, my dad bought him a shotgun. I don't even know what kind of shotgun he got him, but yeah.
Hopefully it's not a 12 gauge.
No, I think it's a 20.
Fucking
It's a
Jack.
20. A shotgun was thrown to a wall.
Yeah.
I think it's a 20. I'm pretty sure it's a 20. He's been wanting one for you. And like, I was going to get him one right when coronavirus happened, and they were like,
Oh, yeah.
Every gun was gone
Mhm.
because people were like arming themselves because
Yep.
of the fucking bullshit going on, you know. But it was like years couldn't find one,
Yeah.
a 20 gauge, you know, because it's more for like women or kids.
Yeah.
They were you couldn't find one.
You could put something down with a 20 gauge.
Oh fuck yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
If you needed to, yeah.
Yeah.
But
They're not gonna want to come back at you.
No. But yeah, it needs to be started at an early age, getting comfortable with it, and then
You just gotta learn to be responsible.
Yeah.
That's it. Like you don't point it. You know what I mean? It's
there was a kid that I worked with. The kid had been in the Army before. He'd been around guns. He got his concealed carry permit, and he was fucking, dude, he had his handgun out, and he was fucking waving it around, acting like a jackass. I'm like, he was acting like an idiot. He grew up in fucking Rochester. He thought he was like thug and shit. I'm like, if you don't put that fucking thing away, you're not carrying it around me anymore.
Yeah.
And like, our boss would let us carry at work.
Yeah.
And this was before I did the line work shit, so
Yeah.
it's not one. I don't need to get in trouble.
My boss.
I don't need to get in trouble with that. But so yeah, they were big pro Second Amendment fucking the company was.
Yeah.
So we'd carry at work. And I mean, you know, there were times when I'd go in the city, it'd be fucking 7 o'clock at night. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, if somebody came up and they tried
Yeah.
robbing me, they're like, give us the fucking truck. Have the truck.
Yeah.
Dude. It's not worth my life.
But it's
Don't
different.
care.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's different when my fucking life's on the line. I'm not taking
Yeah. Someone pulls a gun at you.
A lot of times, like if somebody's already got a gun pointed at you, it's best to just fucking comply. Give me your wallet, your keys.
What do you think? What the odds? What they plan on shooting you anyways?
That's when you just have to fucking.
What's a
roll the dice.
judgment call?
You have to roll the dice on it
Yeah.
at that point.
I had someone pull a gun at me at the pizza shop, and they heard he was down there, and he never shot anyone. He was robbing people with a gun,
Yeah.
and he pulled it out of me. And ended up, I told him just to fucking shoot me, and then he didn't, and then he fucking like dropped it and ran because I jumped over the counter at him. It wasn't even a fucking real gun.
Oh, like an airsoft gun.
Yeah,
or
but it
something.
fucking looked real. Okay?
That's the thing is a lot of these.
And
guns
you know what I
look
mean? Like
real.
I'm looking at the person's eyes. I'm not looking at the barrel. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to decide what they're gonna do.
Right.
You know, and if they're fidgety, there's a bunch of, you know, and I was like, is this guy gonna shoot me? And then I was like, I don't know, I always had this feeling like he had robbed a bunch of people, and he had only pulled it out. He had never even shot it. So I'm thinking, it's a chance. And I used to be really stupid. I don't know if I'd say it now. It was before I jock him and stuff like,
Right.
just fucking shoot me then.
Yeah.
And he didn't shoot me, and I jumped over at him. He just dropped in and ran. I'm like,
That's somebody that didn't have any intent on.
yeah,
killing
this
anybody.
real tall, real skinny looking crackhead looking white kid. Just
Yeah.
fucking ran. Just took off. But it was like everyone was getting robbed down there, and I'm like, fuck no, it's not robbing me. I've been waiting for it.
You just
Always
throw-
fucking hoping.
throwing a fucking pie and
Dude, always hoping. I remember
Throw it at 'em.
my brother was there. I lived downtown above Possibilities Bakery. And I had a Thor hammer, basically what it was. It looked like a Thor. It was like a regular like sledgehammer.
Yeah.
But on one side it was an axe, and the other side was a fucking sledgehammer.
fuck yeah.
And it was, you know, regular. It was like a sledgehammer. It was a
Yeah.
fucking long handle. And I always had it up in there. I liked to have it in the house. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
It was funny. I mean, I didn't plan on killing him with it, but I had this giant sledgehammer. And my brother calls me one night, and it was like a Wednesday night. It was like 10 o'clock downtown. It wasn't like a busy time.
Yeah.
And he's like, this guy's in here. He's like, he's got a razor blade. He's threatening to kill me. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'll fucking be right down. And I was with this chick, and I'm like, I gotta go. And I like fucking walked by the door, and I was like, yeah, a sledgehammer. So
Yeah,
I pick it
I'll
up,
take this
right?
with me.
So I'm like, I walk down the street, and people are like, Jim, where you going? I was like, going to the pizza shop. And they're like, probably thinking, what the fuck's he gonna do? And I walk in and this guy's like, this fucking, it was like a box cutting razor blade, you know?
Yeah.
But he's like talking to, and he's like, my brother's just like, he's behind the counter, but he's trying to, keep his distance from him. And I'm like, why don't you fuck come outside? And I'm like, I'm not gonna say what I was saying.
Yeah.
But he was not of our race, and I was trying to provoke him.
Yeah.
Any way possible. I wanted him outside the building.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to stab anyone, right? Because there was people in the dining room freaking out and stuff. People like in there. So he comes outside, and I'm like fucking. I don't know. It was dark out. Maybe he didn't care. He was stupid. Didn't realize I had this giant sledgehammer in my hand.
Yeah.
And I fucking boom. The sledgehammer side. I hit him like fucking here, and he went flying back into the fucking this. It was like this little like doorway in between the bar and the corner bar, pizza shop and corner bar, and he kind of like slouched down, just laid there. And I was pretty sure he was dead. And I was like, fuck. So I just killed someone. Like, everyone okay? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And I fucking picked up the fucking razor blade. I walked and I threw it in the dumpster. And I went back home with the fucking sledgehammer.
Just left him there.
And I guess my brother was closing and the guy was still like laying there and coughing up blood and stuff. But he wasn't there in the morning when I went there. So I don't know where he went, but I'm sure he didn't die, but he probably wasn't okay.
Got a broken rib for sure.
There was that, and there was another when I had I lived on like the north side, right off of like Butternut. It was nice. It was an old like German area.
Yeah.
And there was this family in front across the street, and they were always adopting kids, but these were like kids that were very troubled. And they were just trying to get money from the government, right? And they were always talking shit and stuff, saying some shit outside. And I would go outside, fucking yell at them. They might run their mouths a little bit, and I start to walk over there. They go in the house and shut the door. And this was probably like second day. Like I remember like when I married Giacomo's mother, like she went to move in, and I was bringing her. She would bring him stuff in. I'm in the house, and I heard like, "Why don't you suck my dick?" And I'm like, "What?" And she comes in. I go, "Did someone just yell that? Was that to you?" She's like, "Don't worry about it. Don't say anything." And I'm like, "Oh." So I fucking walk out there. And they're all sitting on top of their porch talking shit to me. I was like, oh yeah? Went to the garage, got the fucking Thor hammer. Fucking coming across the fucking street. They're all in the fucking house. I hear people screaming in the fucking house. And I'm like, fucking, boom, hit the door once. Fucking hit it. And there was cops fucking everywhere. But second hit, the door fucking opened up. And I was just getting ready to come in. They're like, freeze! I'm like, standing there. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm yelling at them. And they're like, this and that. And she's outside yelling. And I didn't get in any trouble. The parents didn't press charges, but it was like literally. So I had this huge thing with the cops. They came over. We had this whole discussion about it. And they're like, dude, you can't go on a sledgehammer. I'm like, well, I'm telling you, someone's going to get fucking killed. And if you guys keep letting them stay there, something bad's going to happen. I can't stop it. And it was like a month later or something like that. I was home by myself. I didn't, for some reason, I didn't have a car. I think I was hammered and I walked home the night before from the pizza shop. All the way down Butternut. At 3 a.m, which is probably smart, right? And so I get in there, and it was like the first year I was married to her, and I'm in the bathroom, and I hear the screen popping open in the fucking living room. There was like a little like front hallway. Those old houses in the north side.
Yeah.
It's like a front room attached to it. It's like a porch, and I'm like, what the fuck? So like I look out, and I see an arm. This dude's trying to climb through the fucking window.
I'm like, all right, shit's about to go down.
What the fuck, right? So his arm, I just see a head, and I grab his fucking arm, and I pull him up. Boom, I hit him. Pull him up again. I hit him like 4 fucking times, and he fucking like I leave him, and he drops down in there, and I fucking run around to go outside, and they're coming outside, and I fucking pick up a bat. It was like I don't even know it was fucking inside of the house, and I fucking start swinging as one kid, and they like took off back. They called the police. The cops come, and they're like. They said they were giving me shit like, well, technically we could arrest you. We're not gonna like because of all the problems you have, and like, but you can't. They said I should have pulled him in the house because he was still out of the house. I'm like,
all right, I'll pull him in the house.
I'm like,
beat his ass in the
I'm like,
house.
you're fucking kidding me. So I said, fuck it. So what I did instead was I just went down to like Child Protective Services and told all of them, and somehow it got back, and they lost all those kids.
Jesus.
I'm like, that's a fucking disaster. And like there was all police reports for there, so it proved that all this shit was going on. It was like in 3-4 months, all this shit happened.
Keep the fucking kids alive, man.
You know, they were just bad kids.
That's my biggest concern as a father. Like I have say over what happens when they're with me.
Yeah.
But I hope and pray that when they're not with me, that they act a a certain way, because you know they could run into the fucking wrong person that would set them right and it not end up good for them. That's
Oh, of
what
course.
that's what I'm concerned about as a father.
You mean like the wrong influence or just
Well, the
talk shit to the wrong person?
the wrong influence and talking shit to the wrong person.
I I hope Giacomo's he's been around me when a lot of fucked up shit has happened.
Yeah.
And I hope he's smart. He jokes, but I think he knows who he can joke with and who he can't.
Right.
You know, I'm just hoping he's not a fucking idiot.
And that's my youngest. He's a very empathetic kid. Very like he's off the walls, but he doesn't cross any lines usually.
Yeah.
My oldest, I get worried about him, but I think he's probably streetwise enough to not open his mouth in a certain situation. And I'm just really hoping he doesn't push the button, push the fucking envelope the one day and fucking it ends up bad.
Well, all it takes is one.
But I don't think he's even ever actually been in a fucking fight.
But I think a lot of people are. I think this day and age is worse. I think a lot less people are fighting than we think. I think there's certain areas that people shoot each other, and that's pretty much it, dude.
Well, that's why
there's a lot of internet shit talk.
Yeah.
Really.
And that's the thing is like they cracked down so hard on fighting when I was in school, and I'm like, no, there's the fucking people need to know what it feels like.
Yeah,
to punch
you get punched in the fucking face. Yeah.
Because then they wouldn't run their mouth so fucking much.
Yeah.
I know what it feels like. It doesn't fucking feel good. I'm not afraid of it, but I know it doesn't feel good. Like it fucking hurts. But it's wild. Like
it's a different day. It's a different time. I tell the kids don't do things that I did. My stories are just stories. Like I would never be able to do or get away with, or I wouldn't even do half the shit I did.
Yeah.
Because this day and age, like I would be in jail or with something wrong with me.
Well, that's the way my dad
Disease.
was.
Something would be fucking. You can't live the same way.
He fucking would get in fights. He'd go on fucking benders at the bar and fucking he'd wreck cars and he did so much fucked up shit when he was in his 20s and shit. And I've heard so many stories. And I think I did just enough to be wise enough to where I'm like, yeah, I'm not putting myself in that situation. Yeah. And to know, like, when I'm out, like, if somebody says some shit, I'm like, I'm 32 years old. I'm like, you can say some shit, bro. I really don't give a fuck.
Pre-30, I was just hoping someone would say something.
Yeah.
You know, then when I turned 30, it was like, when I was like 30, when I had Giacomo, I think I was like 33, 34, I kind of calmed down.
Yeah. And
you know?
The older I get, the more it's about self-preservation. Like,
yeah, I'm not, like, people talk shit, it makes me angry. I have this idiot, this kid Benny, when they talk shit, like, but he listens to me back. But if he says anything to me, if I see him in public, if he says anything to me, I'm gonna choke him the fuck out.
That's probably your best bet.
Yeah, just choke him. I'm not gonna punch him.
Yeah,
just choke him out because nothing's more embarrassing than being choked out.
He'll wake up.
Then you piss yourself, and that's it.
Yeah, you pass out.
Yeah,
that's what I've always said. If I ever get in a fucking fight now, I'm like it's just one person. Yeah, I'm fucking choking.
Just choke him out. It's multiple people. Yeah, if he's got a weapon, you just eliminate him. That's it.
That's
and you have in New York State, you have a right. It's like a right to life. So like you're allowed one permanent strike. You know, you can shoot somebody if you have, you can stab that. You know what I mean? Like, you have a right to survive.
Yep.
And
not a lot of people know that either.
They don't. I knew because I almost fucking killed somebody, and I had 3 people jump me down the pizza shop, and that's when I had a 3-day long trial that I thought I was going away.
Yeah.
And I only got away from it because of that, because they attacked me.
And that's the thing, if somebody comes into your home, a lot of people are like, "Oh, in New York State, you'll go to fucking prison."
No, you won't.
I'm like,
now if you shoot them, and they're trying to rob you or trying to hurt you, and then you shoot them 5 more times, yes.
Yeah.
But if you shoot them, and they just escape,
no,
just leave them. Let them go.
No. Yeah.
Or if they get killed on that first shot, I'll see them go. I mean, you don't just keep shooting somebody.
Yeah.
You don't just keep stomping on them.
Yeah, it's the thing about malicious intent. Like, yeah, this is as I get older, self-preservation.
You just want it to end.
And I just want to be left alone, man.
Yeah.
I want to do my own thing. I want to go to work. I want to make my money. I want to do what I want to do.
That's what. And the other thing is, like, I just wanted this, just Jim. That's I have one problem with this one kid. And I was like, I don't understand, like, because they wouldn't let him be at the gym because he wouldn't pay.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's not my fault.
Yeah.
You had no intent to pay me. I
Yeah.
threw you out, and now you're talking shit about me. You want to fight me?
Yeah, that's fucking. That's some childish
And
shit.
he's from Maine, but he doesn't even know me. What's he thinking?
That motherfucker's been eating too many lead paint chips.
He's retarded, dude.
That's,
His family's, he tried, he's never worked a day in his life. He's got a Mercedes. His parents' money.
That's the issue.
He's a fool.
That's the issue. He's had everything fucking handed to him.
He was talking shit about Giacomo doing face pulls or something, and I saw him in the gym discipline, and I fucking threw him so hard he flew over a bunch of treadmills. And then the whole gym was quiet. They were like dead silent. I was like, oh fuck. It was like training setup. Finally, I walked over. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I was like, we're both guys. I was like, I got crazy. I was like, just don't. He kept, every time I turn away, we like kind of like end it,
Yeah.
argument. I told him to shut his fucking mouth, this and that. It became good. And I turned away and he started talking shit to me. I turned back around, I'm like, Ben, just stop.
I wonder if he's probably never been in a fight.
No fucking way, dude. No way.
Because there's just something about
Dude,
it.
he didn't know what to do. When I threw him, he just kind of like he flew over this treadmill and he's landed to the wall. And he was like this. And he was like, oh, I should have hit him. Like, you didn't look like it that day. You looked very afraid that I just pushed you and I just sent you flying.
There's something about it. You get busted in the nose once,
Yeah.
it clears your fucking head for sure. Because you either come to,
You can either take a shot or you can't. You
And-
realize it's there and it's not.
and you're like, all right, well, I shouldn't have fucking done that. I shouldn't have said that. That's why even.
Well, that's the thing too. If you say something you shouldn't have said,
Right.
because you're being a dick, you're like, okay, I got punched. I probably deserved it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's different. I never hit somebody that wasn't deserving.
Right.
I never gave a fuck, dude. That's why I was always big growing up, and I never wanted to be a bouncer because most of them just wanted to beat people up.
Right.
And I hated that whole thing. Like, I don't want to hurt people. Now, if someone's fucking destroying my property, hurting someone I care about, I used to protect all the girls from their boyfriends.
Yeah.
And be downtown with their boyfriends would be smacking them or something like that. And what happened? The girls always would stab me, attack me, try to have me arrested for protecting them. So
Yeah.
I was like, nope, I would just throw them both out. Good luck. Beat the fuck out of her.
Well, that's
you know what I'm saying?
That's
I would always get jumped by her.
That's crazy.
She gets smacked. I pull the guy off. I'm choking him, and she's stabbing me with a fork.
That's like,
What the fuck? Happened like 4 times, and I'm like, never again. They start fighting. I would throw them both out. Kill each other. Don't care.
yeah. Well, that's what's wild is like.
Most of
nowadays,
that things.
It's fucking.
But things like that, you think you're gonna help them. If a guy is beating her up in a public pizza shop, he's beating the fuck out of her at home.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get her to stop.
No.
You're not gonna get her to walk away from him, no matter what you do. You could actually get arrested for beating that guy up. And like all she had to do was press charges, and I would have got arrested. Or he had to press charges.
Yeah.
He was embarrassed, and then, I mean, I only choked him, and the cops were on my side, thank God, because I knew them down there. But if that was in like a mall, I would have been arrested
Yeah.
for choking the guy out,
Well, that's
for protecting that and beat his girl.
a lot of that. Like
Fucked.
them going back to guys like that. A lot of that is fear.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
And it's like guys like that are fucking scumbags, and I can't stand it. And those motherfuckers need to be eliminated too. But it's fucking it's crazy. You can't even you can't beat somebody's ass like that nowadays. You go to fucking prison.
Yeah.
But fucking crazy.
People need an ass whooping.
Ass whooping.
A lot of them.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to end it on ass whooping.
Ass whooping.
And I will see you later for your squat.
Yeah, bud.
I don't know what time it is, but it'll be
Looking forward to it.
pretty soon. I'm probably going to try to take a little nap first.
I was gonna say it's
like
probably
naps.
like 4:30, 5 o'clock right now.
I like naps.
Yeah,
I'm probably going to take a little nap.
naps are good. I'm napping. I'll drive to the gym and nap in the fucking truck.
Nap in the gym.
Nap.
I've slept right on the turf.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm fucking cold today, man.
Yeah, no shit.
I need to warm
Oh,
up and take a
God.
fucking hot shower.
Take a hot